Hi guys, so let's continue with unit 2 of management, that is planning and organizing at supervisory level. Okay, so in the previous video we studied different planning activities by the supervisor. Also we studied prescribed standard forms for various activities. Okay, and also we studied budgeting for material and manpower. Okay, so in this video we are going to study how to organize the physical resources that are needed by the supervisor for completing the projects. Okay, so basically it is the responsibility of supervisor to complete the output targets. So for completing the targets he will need the physical resources for as an input for the production, right? So it is duty of supervisor to manage these resources. So following are the given resources that are needed that the supervisor should manage. Like supervisors should manage man, then machine, material and money. Man, machine, material and money are the resources the supervisors should manage and balance properly for completion of the project, and should make proper utilization of all these resources available in proper manner. So it is responsibility of the supervisor to manage these resources. Okay, we'll see one by one how the supervisor manage these resources. First is man as a resource. So basically supervisor needs manpower for executing its output targets for the production. So the operator, mechanics, laborers, helpers and all junior subordinates that work under supervisor comes under man as a resource, comes under manpower. So organizing their efforts is basically the skill of a supervisor. It is responsibility of a supervisor to manage the manpower that is available for that particular project to complete the targets. Okay, how do supervisor organize the manpower? Supervisor should first study the task that is to be completed by the members. Then he should get idea about the kind of manpower that is available for that particular project or in a company. Then he should match the human needs with the job needs. Then he should allot a proper work to all, equal work to all the members working within the team, and he should utilize manpower in such a way that he should avoid overutilization or underutilization of particular manpower. Okay, so basically this should be done by the supervisor to manage man as a resource. Okay, next is machine as a resource. So basically machines includes everything like machine, equipment, apparatus, devices that are there in the company. So systematic utilization of this machine is not an easy task. So it is responsibility of the supervisor to manage all the resources, machine resources that are available. Okay, so basically he should find out the total available machinery. He should check the condition of each and every machine or equipment that is available for the given task. He should take care of any breakdown or repairing status of the machine. He should find out the requirement of machines for a given task. He should get the idea of cycle time and productivity parameters of this machines that are available. He should discuss with workers, experts about the maintenance and about the working performance of the particular machine. He should do planning of equipment arrangement according to the material flow. Like he should manage at what phase what machine is required and whether it is available or not. It is responsibility of supervisor to keep a check on everything. Then if additional machinery is required, he must organize that, and as per the capacity of the machine he should plan the production activity. So first he should check what machinery is available, and according to the availability of the machinery he should plan the production activity. So these are basically duties of a supervisor to manage machine as a resource. Okay, next is material as a resource. So basically all the raw materials that are required for production, accessory material that are useful for production inputs, they come under material as a resource. Okay, so organizing such raw material is responsibility of a supervisor. So basically supervisor should find out the material that is to be used for the production. He should finalize all the specification of all the types of material that are used in the production. He should get the permission for procurement of that particular material. He should prepare a proper documentation of purchase of this raw material. Okay, so that is standard form which we discussed, that should be checked. Then he should plan the inventory of the material. He should organize and check the methodology of quality and quantity of the material. He should also define a flow in production activity. He should arrange material handling devices for material movements. Okay, he should take a special care and custody facility must also be provided for costly and important items. So all this material related planning should be done by a supervisor to use material as a resource. Okay, I hope it is clear to you all. And last one is money as a resource. Many a times there is no direct connection between supervisor handling the money in routine of production. It is basically the duty of a manager. But if it is a part of his duty, he should must take care regarding the what is responsibility of supervisor now. He should take the approval, budget permission and audit of money that is required in a case of production. He should get approval for all the required money from the manager. Okay, so he should manage money as a resource. Okay, for routine production activities. Okay, I hope it is clear to you all. Physical resources. Next is matching human needs with job needs. So basically as a supervisor, he should match the needs, that is he should match the human needs with job needs. Okay, in because it is very important in output and smooth production work. Okay, so basically we will see what are first human needs, then we will see what are job needs. Okay, and then we will see what are effects of successful matching of job needs to human needs. First we will discuss what are human needs in an organization. So like supervisor must find out the areas which member is good in that particular area of work. He should find the scope of performance, then he should keep work justice as per the capability. So involvement in concerned work is necessary. Then authority in doing the work, authority to take, so basically he has authority to take the decision. Free hand in creative work, physical and mental work below stress level. Okay, so and then rest allowances, human treatment, respect. He should give respect in front of subordinate. He should facilitate regarding work. A good salary must be given. Benefits, bonus and rewards must be given to the employees. Appreciation for good work should be done to the employees. Promotion should be given with proper interval should be given to the human members in the organization. Okay, support from organization in difficult situation is expected. So these are some kind of human or staff needs, okay, that are to be fulfilled by the supervisor. Now we will discuss the job needs. Job needs are what? The given work must be completed in time. The quality of work should be checked. Quantity of work should be checked. Utility of all the resources in optimum way should be done. Then the safety at job should be checked. There should be no wastage of the resources. Then the errors, mistakes and failures must be controlled by the supervisor. Then the supervisor should keep proper supervision of the work. Then the foolproof nature of the work should be understood. There should be skilled manpower in order to complete the work that is needed. A teamwork should always be maintained and a good relationship between team members should be maintained. Then smooth production should be there. There is no the given work should not stop in between. There should be proper distribution of work, and the sufficient resources as input must be there. Okay, so these are basically job needs. Okay, so we already discussed what are human needs and job needs. Now we'll discuss how the effect of matching the job needs and human needs. If supervisor matches the job needs and human needs, there's always four. First is customer satisfaction. So customers are basically satisfied when job needs match with human needs. Okay, because it's very important. Then there's a improved productivity, effective utilization of resources are there, achievements of goals are there. So basically these all are possible when human needs match with the job needs. Okay. Next is allotment of task of individual and establishing relationship among persons working in a group. Okay, so meaning first we'll discuss what is allotment of task. Okay, allotment of task means what? Distribution of work among the individuals that are working in a team, giving responsibility of a task to a worker, dividing it into an equal work, offering authority concerned work, then resources hand over to them, explaining the job details, communicating parameters like specification, time deadline, quality and standards, offering training guidance regarding the task that is to be done by the team members. So these all comes under allotment of task. Okay. Next are techniques of task allotment. What techniques can be used by supervisor for allotment of a task to the workers? Quality of worker. He must check the quality of workers. Expected work is what work is expected in that particular task. Then skills and capacity of particular worker. Then team. What is the status of the work as a whole team? Then he should maintain good relationship between the team members. He should find out who is weak, who is strong in that particular area, who can lead the project, and seriousness of the work should be explained to the team members by the supervisor. So these are basically technique of task allotment. Okay, and supervisor must follow the following facts uh, in order to complete the task. Next is how a supervisor will allot the task. He should first study the task. He should study the detailed work content. He should find out how much manpower is needed. He should decide who will lead the particular project. He should subdivide the task to individual as per their expertise and skills and capabilities. Then official orders to workers. He should provide official orders to the worker. He should correct the queries of the worker. He should finalize the allotment and necessary authorities and resources to the individuals. Okay, so this is how the supervisor is supposed to allot the task. Okay, these all points he should take into the consideration while allotting a task. Next is main point is establishing a relationship among persons working in a group. That is establishing relationship between team members of a group. Okay, first is he should form a group. Familiarity among the group members must be developed. Informal should be developed between the team members. It is a responsibility of a supervisor to communicate with all the team members, and there should be a good communication between all the members. Supervisor should avoid the conflicts among the group members. He should give training of interpersonal relationship to all the group members. Appreciate each group member must appreciate each other, and they should have a common goal. Okay, grooming them for effective work is basically the task of a supervisor. So please, it is responsibility of supervisor to save the time and money of the company. He should know the essential organization skills in order to multitask while working. Okay, organization skill of a supervisor keep the production flow smooth and successful. Because of this skill, the supervisor can structure schedules of all the workers. So basically, productivity is boosted due to good organization skills. Then the organized supervisors are always calm and they are prepared with systematic planning and scheduling. Okay, then completing the complicated and difficult project is possible due to organizing skills of the supervisor. Also, maintaining strong organization skills can reduce the chance of developing poor work habits like inefficiency, miscommunication, rework. Okay, so this basically organizing skills of supervisor are one of the important factor a supervisor must inculcate in himself for a good organization, for a growth of the organization. Okay. Next is how supervisor can be effective in organization skills. Basically, supervisor should be clear about what he needs to do. He should decide what tasks are going to take place. He should give himself time and space. He should decide what is important and what is urgent at given time. Okay, so break down and delegate tasks he should handle properly. Then he should not get frustrated by the extra tasks that are to be done, and he should stay on top of things. So this is how a supervisor can be effective in organizing the skills. Okay, last one is last topic is advantages of good relationships in a group. So basically, employee feels good due to familiar group member, that is known team members. Comfort level of subordinate increases if they are familiar with each other, and they can enjoy to work in a team if they are familiar with each other. Coordination also becomes easier. Okay, and they always cooperate with each other if they are familiar with each other. Stress level of the work reduces. Okay, if there's a good relationship among the group member, and a mutual guidance and mutual understanding is always available if there's a good relationship between a team members. And if there's a good relation, then the difficult challenges can be accepted and successfully completed easily if there is a good relationship between the group members. Okay, so that's it. The third chapter is completed over here. Okay, if you have any doubts, we will discuss it on Wednesday. Okay, I hope everything is clear to you all.